I've got voices in my head and I want to talk about it. Hey guys, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More. And I've got this nagging feeling that is keeping me from being my best self. And I want to talk about it because, quite frankly, I had to check myself today. I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, what the fuck are you saying to yourself? And so let's go through what happened. Okay. So yesterday I was talking about, being in a hyper successful family and having to share with my family the fact that I'm leaving an engineering job in order to become a personal trainer, right? That I'm leaving this job that's six figures to be like, hey, I'm going to get paid maybe $20 an hour. Maybe if I have clients. And if I don't, I'm not even going to get that because I will get nothing. And the fact that, like, not even just then, but this like path that was set forth for me in this life, this path of having to live a certain way, do certain things, be a certain person, marry the certain person, have a kid at the right time, which I didn't fucking do. Go to school and like all this stuff that was like expected of me. And I did my due diligence. I, diligently became that person, right? And I spent all my life just being fucking miserable because I wasn't living the life that I wanted. And, whenever you take a sharp left from the world that life has laid out for you, the people around you are going to say, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's not your path. This is your path. I mean, how many times has your family been like, hey, like, what decision are you making right now? Like, that's crazy. Or that they've tried to put you in your place and tell you, no, you can't do that. Oh, why are you even doing that? Like, you can't do that. That's not for you. Even trying to go to the gym, even dieting and saying, no, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to have a salad with some grilled chicken at dinner. Like changing your lifestyle behaviors. Like, no, I don't want to do drugs anymore. No, I don't want to drink anymore. How many times have people been like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no, this is what we do. So you need to keep doing it. Or the fact that, like, even when I stopped drinking, I remember somebody told me, "Ugh, you'll be back." I was like, wow, damn. Like, I get it. I've tried to swear off drinking so much, but then all of a sudden, like, I'm trying this. Like, I get it. This is how you know me, but I'm really gonna try. And, always having to combat that, always having to combat the expectations that everybody else has for me and to carve out my own destiny and path is really fucking hard. Because even when you do that, even when you say, yes, I'm going to do this other thing. Yes, I'm going to be a personal trainer. Yes, I'm going to be a teen mom. Yes, I'm going to quit drinking. Yes, I'm going to quit my job. Yes, I'm going to do all this stuff that you did not have planned for me. The voice in your head is still them saying, look, you're not doing it yet. Look, you should just come back to what you were doing. Just give up. It's easy. Like, who the fuck do you think you are to change? Who the fuck do you think you are to be different, to try to be better, to try to exist in a different reality? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And I sit here and I have to fight that voice. I have to sit here and be like, whose voice is that? It's not like a literal voice, like talking to me from my Rice Krispies or nothing like that. But it's still this nagging feeling of lack of self-worth. It's this nagging feeling of, man, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Man, like I should just, I should be drinking with my friends. Like, I don't really get invited to parties anymore because, like, I don't really drink. And they want to get drunk and they want to have fun. I don't do drugs, so those friends, I don't even know where the fuck those people are. The fact that, I get up at 3, 4 in the morning. I don't have anybody getting up at 3, 4 in the morning with me or that's surrounding me, like, unless it's like my gym buddies. I love you guys. I don't have people who are in my head saying, you know what, Andy, this is like, let's fucking go. Like, you can do it. It's a lonely road, but you can fucking do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The other day I had that pep talk from my dad, which was like out of left field. And he was like, yeah, Andy, you got this. That's just the nature of business. Like, you can fucking do this. Like, I always have. Hold on. Wow, I'm all crying on here. My point is that it's really hard to sort of not only fight the expectations that I have of me, but the ghosts that are in my head telling me that I'm not worthy, that I can't do it, that I shouldn't do it, that, having to combat that every single fucking day is really hard, you know? There are days where it's like, my head's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm about it. Let's go. I don't care. I'm gonna figure it out along the way, and I feel so empowered and I feel so strong. And then there are days where I'm just like, but I just don't want to fight the voice anymore. I just don't want to have to walk up a hill anymore. Like, the climb is so hard. And being where I am, like, I fought tooth and nail to dig myself out of the fucking gutter. So I know that, there will be great days. And I get that. When you're in the thick of it, when it's like the hardest, and you're just like, man, can I just get a kind word? Can I just get a hug? Can somebody just show me that it's going to be okay? Like, can I get a crystal ball that's gonna tell me that everything I'm doing is fucking worth it? And I gotta come back to, I really love the work that I do. I really love the product that I'm creating in my homes and the sale of this home. Like, I love it. But that self-doubt, that imposter syndrome, because, you know, I always had to live the life that was carved out for me. And it's so comforting when I'm on that path. It's comforting because everybody is like, that's what's expected. So it's easy. And like, you take that left and you're like, man, how the fuck did I wind up here? And the one thing that I can say is that I'm grateful that I have this podcast. I'm grateful that I have my journaling, my praying, the shadow work that I do, because before before I had all this stuff, like, I still had the self-doubts, but I would let it overwhelm me. I used to be one of those people that, like, when shit got hard, I would quit. Relationships got hard, okay, we break up. Like, I have quit so many fucking jobs. Like, I just am like, no, I can't do it. Okay, that's it. The end. The self-destruct button. Like, at one point, I left with my ex-husband to another fucking state because I was like, yeah, okay, can't pay the rent. Let's go. Like, I was not a resilient person. And little by little, I had to go and build this up. But y'all, the pressure still happens. Pressure still fucking crushes me sometimes. The pressure to be somebody I'm not because it's easier than to be my authentic self. Like, how, how is it that we live in a world where it's easier to not be yourself? Think about that. Okay, it would be easier if I hadn't been pregnant at 17. I've been a teen mom. All the shit that people talked, but I tell you this, would not give my daughter up for nothing. Nothing. Yeah, it would be easier if I were an engineer making money. I mean, I am right now, but let's not talk about that. But if that were going to be my career choice forever, like, it would be easy. I could just say, okay, that's my life. The end. The point is that when you decide to actually take action for your goals and your dreams and your hopes and everything that thing that you fucking want so bad, you have to understand that you're going to be alone sometimes. And that sometimes the decision to keep walking that path is one of the hardest things that you will ever have to fucking do. Because I promise you, the 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 self-destruct button, it feels good. Fucking destroying all this that I have ever done feels fucking good. Like I can absolutely just quit and it would feel good to quit. But that's not what I want. I don't want that pressure release. I just want to feel safe. Which is fucking funny because you're never gonna feel fucking safe when you're chasing your goals. So that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you got something out of it. And just know that if you're feeling pressure to conform, to be, and you're scared to chase your dreams, it is fucking hard. But you can do it. You know, if I went from a alcoholic teen mom to successful engineer, business owner, married, 3 children, like if I can do that, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like I promise you, you will be okay. Okay? Love you guys and bye.